Hello, welcome to a new video, and in this video I'm going to be doing my 10 favourite Master stories / episodes. So as a bit of a general background to the Master, if this is for new viewers who've only came into Doctor Who in series 12, or if you've been a long fan like me and you just love everything about the Master. So the Master was actually introduced way back in January 1971. So 49 years ago, technically, we've had the Master on screens, which means this time in January, in a few months, January, will be the big 50th anniversary of the character known as the Master. So the Master is a rebel Time Lord, a bit like the Doctor. But instead of seeing the universe for good, the Master wants to rule. It sometimes even tries to destroy the universe. So the Master, for me, the Master is such a fantastic character, and I'm absolutely brilliant. I do love the Master. He / her, because of the female incarnation Missy, is just a brilliant introduction to the Master. So these are my 10 personal favourite Master story / episodes. But if you want to start watching Doctor Who or the classic range, I will suggest to go back to the Pertwee era during season 8 for the most fantastic season that introduces us to the Master. So in 10th place, I have put Planet of Fire. Not only does this is Chameleon's last story, Tarlo's last story, Perry's first story, and the second to last story for Peter Davison, it is the last ever story to have Peter Davison as the 5th incarnation of the Doctor battle against the Master. And as the Master is trying to repair himself after trying to repair his tissue manipulator, it backfired and made him shrink. So he was trying to use the planet Lazarotti to try and renew himself, and the 5th Doctor kind of stops in the way. Even though the Master takes over Chameleon's, is like the Master's evil mind connects back up to Chameleon to make him shapeshift into the Master to try and get hold of the Doctor's ties so he can try and renew himself. Planet of Fire is an absolutely masterful story. It's such a good story. I do love Planet of Fire. So the next one, in 9th place, I've actually put this as I actually class this one as a trilogy, a 3-episode trilogy. I don't class these as single episodes like some people do. I actually class this as a trilogy, and this is Utopia, Sound of the Drums, and The Last of the Time Lords. And it features 2 Masters. We get the Professor Yana, incarnation of the Master, played by Derek Jacobi. And of course, we have the amazing John Sims Master in this, in the last 2 parts. So, when back in 2007, we had no idea they were going to bring the Master back. It was such a fantastic thrill and surprise. I actually remember watching this in my bedroom and running down to me dad saying, "Did you see it? Did you see it? The Master's back." Derek Jacobi's Master is only for 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, because for most of the episode he's pretending to be human because he had his mind wipe into the Fob Watch, the Master's soul and the part of the Time Lord put into the Fob Watch. And when he reopens it, it's fantastic, that scene where you just see the corner of the Master's eye go. You can tell it's going from human to dark and evil, just like the Master is. It is such a fantastic episode, the way they do it. And Sounds of the Drums, where the Master is the Prime Minister of Great Britain, and he uses the future humans called the Toclafane, that he transformed into Toclafane, to try and enslave the human race. What more do you need from that story? It's just a fantastic 2-parter. And of course, you get him being shot again by not once but twice by a woman. The first one was in Utopia in Sounds of the Drums, where he goes, "A girl, an inappropriate. Soon if the Doctor's young and strong, then so can I. The Master reborn." And you get him shot by his own wife in this Last of the Time Lords, only for him to be resurrected with the Time Lords coming back through the drumming sound. So 8th place, I had to put the Claws of Axos in this fantastic way, because the Claws of Axos was the very first Jon Pertwee story I ever watched on video between the Doctor and the Master. And we have a new alien race called the Axons that was coming in to drain the Earth's energy. It's a fantastic, unique story. Jon Pertwee is brilliant as the Doctor in this. Roger Delgado is incredible as the Master, and this is his third story as the Master, and it is just such a fantastic story. And the Axos is coming to trying to drain the Earth's power, and the question is, why is the Master aboard their spaceship? But the Master is there captured because they want the ability to time travel. Claws of Axos is a superb story. It's a fantastic one, which is why it's in 8th place. So in 7th place, it is another Jon Pertwee episode. I had to put this one. It was very hard for me to put in, but the ones above this really, really, really do speak why they're a lot more favourite than this one. So the next favourite one from this is from the same season as Claws of Axos, and it is The Demons. All set on a little village called Devil's End, which actually exists, as the village of Devil's End does actually exist. It is just such a fantastic story. You got the Master pretending to be like a reverend. It's just such a fantastic story, and the Master using black magic to try and bring back these great ancient demon. And we have the most favourite line of this story of all time from Jon Pertwee: "Reverse the polarity of the neutron flow." It's just such a great line Jon Pertwee delivered in this story. This is a 5-part fantastic, amazing Master story. The Master plays an amazing part. So in 6th place, I'm sorry to those who hate Series 12, I've had to put Spyfall. Spyfall is incredible. I love that reveal at the end of O going, I did say look for the Spy Master, or should I say Spy Master. It is just such a fantastic line, and then him bringing, and then the callbacks to some of the classic episodes ever, where he mentions him making the 4th Doctor fall to his death in Legopolis, the reference to the Deadly Assassin, and other fantastic classic Doctor Who stories they referenced in Spyfall between the Doctor and the Master. It's just such a fantastic line, and to find out the Master destroyed Gallifrey at the end of Spyfall Part 2 and then it doesn't reveal why until later in the same season. But Spyfall Parts 1 and 2, 6th place. So in 5th place, I've had to put another Roger Delgado Master story in, and this one is his last ever story from season 10, which was released on Blu-ray last year, Frontier in Space. It is such a fantastic story. What more do we need? We've got Draconians, we've got humans fighting against Draconians, we've got Ogrons working with the Master, and of course we've got the Daleks in an alliance with the Master, the very first Time Lord and Dalek alliance. It's just such a fantastic season and a fantastic story. Frontier in Space is pretty amazing. It's like a space opera, because you got a few scenes set on Draconia, a few of it set on a spaceship, quite a few of them set on a spaceship. The Ogron planet with the Master shooting the Doctor in the head and the Ogron and him running away. It's such a fantastic story. Frontier in Space is absolutely amazing, and it deserves to be in 5th place. I actually remember watching this way back as a kid on VHS, and it is absolutely amazing. I actually do love Frontier in Space. It's one of the best stories of the Master, I really think. So in fourth place, I've had to put one from season 19, and it is Castrovalva. The very first story, Peter Davison, and it is the second full story with Anthony Ainley as the Master, and it is available on season 19 on Blu-ray. The Doctor is struggling after the fall of making him to regenerate. The Master is already trying to kill the Doctor off. It's just such a fantastic thing. Castrovalva is a good... It ain't really that good as a main story, but for me, it's a good Master story. You got the Master in a disguise for no absolutely reason. You can tell it's Ainley all the way through his disguise as the poor chief. It is just such a fantastic and fun Master story from 1982. I don't get why most people I talk to say, oh, Castrovalva is one of the worst stories for the Master. Personally, I love it. Castrovalva, I love it for Anthony Ainley's Master. It's just such a fantastic... Ainley is my favourite Master of all time. And it is just such a fantastic story. So in third place, I've had to put it in third place because it is just such a fantastic story. And it doesn't even lead into the Master until part 4. And it is The Keeper of Traken from season 18, also on Blu-ray. I do love these Blu-ray sets. And as you can see, we've got a picture of Anthony Ainley's Master, because Anthony Ainley's Master does come at the end of Keeper of Traken and at the next part of the next story, Legopolis. So according to being asked to go to Traken by the Keeper, the Fourth Doctor and his new companion Adric goes, and it's being taught, it's like there's this evil they got to fight, which coming from a statue called the Malka, which if you haven't seen the story, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say this, spoilers, the Malka is the Master's TARDIS. It's just such a fantastic way they've been a TARDIS inside, and it's just such a fantastic story. And Jeff Beavers as the Master is amazing in part 4. The whole reveal when he goes, well, Doctor, of course, the Master. What do you think of my new ship? And he actually tries to the Master is actually trying to renew himself and new regenerations by using the power of the source of the Traken people, well, the source of the Keeper. And he is stopped by Nyssa and Adric while the Fourth Doctor distracts him. And at the end of the episode, the Master, aka Jeff Beavers, jumps into Anthony Ainley's body, aka Tremas. Because Anthony Ainley played 2 Doctor Who characters. He played Tremas in this story all the way through until the Master jumps into Tremas's body and taking over Tremas's body, de-aging Tremas, making that body last for a hell of a long time. From 1981 to 1989. Fantastic Master or what? And I think he is actually the longest Master. So in second place, of course, is another Anthony Ainley story. And it's his last ever story in Doctor Who. And it is Survival, as seen from season 26. God blimey, Anthony Ainley's Master's got a load on Blu-ray. At the moment, it's got season 18, 19, 23 and 26. You can tell Ainley's the best for these season releases. So, the Master comes infected by this planet of the Cheetah virus, where it nearly destroys him, a Time Lord. And it is just such a fantastic story. It's amazing and brilliant and fantastic. Sylvester McCoy and Anthony Ainley has chemistry in this story. You don't really see the chemistry between Ainley and Colin Baker as much as you do with Ainley and Tom Baker, Ainley with Peter Davison, or Ainley with Sylvester McCoy. It's just such a fantastic story. All the way through, Survival is brilliant. It's the last ever story. The Master's fantastic in it. What more do you need? Survival is the second best Master story in my opinion. So, in first place, I'd like to put a Modern Who in this one. And I'm very sorry because it is the very first multi-Master story as well as the Cyberman story. We have John Simm's Master and Michelle Gomez's Missy in the fantastic season 10 finale, The Doctor falls. Well, World Enough in Time and the Doctor falls. Now, when in the trailer kind of ruined this for Doctor Who fans, but when it revealed John Sim was back as the Master. Even though it upset people because of most people put spoilers a lot over Facebook, I remember. So even though we know the Master was back, there was no point putting him in a disguise as like a tramp, really. And Bill got shot in this story. The Master is the cause of the Cybermen in this story. He creates a whole new breed of Cybermen from the spaceship from Mondas. It's just such a fantastic line. I love it where he goes, even from former Prime Minister, and he takes the mask off. He goes, "Hello, Missy, I'm the Master, and I'm very worried about my future. Give us a kiss." It's just such a fantastic line. And when you see Capaldi's face with John Sim's Master, and Missy goes, "You met the X," and he goes, "Genesis, Doctor. Specifically, Genesis of the Cybermen." And then you got that. And then you got that at the back for the sound of the Master's drums. It's just such a fantastic story. You have Michelle Gomez's Missy and Johnson's Master. It's just such a fantastic build-up for Doctor Who ever. You got 2 incarnations of the Master, 3 different versions of the Cybermen. It's a fantastic story, and I would suggest for anybody who wants to watch Doctor Who, start with The Doctor Falls. It's Capaldi's second to last story. John Sim is amazing in this, as he was way back in 2017 in The Sounds of the Drums and Last of the Time Lords. It's just such a fantastic story. The Doctor Falls is pretty amazing, and it's in Series 10. You can actually buy this one separately in 2 box sets, like Series 10 Part 1, Series 10 Part 2 on DVD and Blu-ray, or for DVD and Blu-ray you can just buy the whole Season 10 for just one story. It is just a fantastic episode. So this is my 10 favourite Master story / episodes. I'd like to know your favourite Master episodes in the comments below. Let me know. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a masterful day.